a call from this guy, like, he was like, "Hey, man, this is before I left Florida. This guy dug me up because we were like really popular on MTV with the first season.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Hey, man, I'm calling you from Cleveland." This guy was a rave promoter from Cleveland, and he says, "I'm having a party. I'm throwing a party on, I think it was January 25th, and I want to fly you out to attend this party." And I'll get you out the next morning. You won't even be gone for 24 hours, and I'll pay you $700. And I was like, dude, don't just give me $700. I'll fucking chew and swallow glass. I will light myself on fucking fire. I will light my fucking head on fire.
You were really overvaluing $700, I think.
Right. Turned out that we went out there, and it was me, Wee Man, and Bam, and we each got $700.
Damn,
and that was the first time I ever. The first time Bam ever took ecstasy was because I gave it to him.
Okay.
I got 2 pills and I broke 1 1/2, and I just gave Bam a little baby half, and I took 1 1/2.
Yeah.
And Bam was like, "Oh my God, I can't believe you took more than 1 1/2." You know, like
he was rolling hard.
Oh, dude, he was rolling on a half an E. I had taken 1 1/2. I'd done fucking meth, mushrooms,
you've
fucking
been around
coke.
a lot.
I was gnarly.
Yeah.
I was so gnarly, and but I remember distinctly that I did end up getting to sleep. So
well, what did they guys?
At some point, I fell asleep because the same guy, the promoter, the next day, he was like, "Hey, your flight leaves like in an hour." I was like underneath his dining room table, like. He's like, "Your flight leaves in an hour. Do you want to even try it?" And I was like, "Oh, no." And I just slept all day.
That's wonderful.
I said, I don't even want to bother with it. And I slept all day under the guy's table. And so then when I woke up, like, we walked across this bridge in Cleveland to this restaurant. And there's the Cleveland River. And it was January. So walking across, I looked down, and the river was partially frozen in certain areas, and some other the areas were like frosty and dry, but I could see it was like shitty ice, like thin.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, I'm not leaving Cleveland until I get a fucking pair of ice skates, and I go skating on that river until I fall through the ice.
What was it inside of you where it seems like back then it's like everything you looked at, you're like, this is a challenge to me.
I got to prove myself. I would like, and I was never in it for the money, man. Like I said, I didn't think I was going to live very long. I had such a terrible drug problem. I was just like, whatever, man. Like,
what was it though?
I don't know. I wanted to be remembered forever.
And you just saw every opportunity to get out there. And I just
wanted to fucking be loved and important somehow, and remembered. I wanted, like, we're all gonna be dead, and I was like, I want to live on after I'm gone. I want to I want to have a legacy.
That's the way you saw to do it,
right? But so this guy, I was in Cleveland for a week. Before I fell through the ice twice. I wasn't happy with the footage the first time, so when I did it in the Hooter shorts, it just didn't work for me. So then I went back and did it in a tutu, and that day we filmed it better. So over the course of that week in Cleveland, like this guy, and we're like, he had made $35,000 on his party.
Okay, so wait, let me get this clear. He just flew you guys out just to be there.
Just to be there. It was like a rave. It was a rave. Yeah, it was like, and this was before like the whole personal appearance thing was even really like, And
so he made $35,000 just from.
Right.
In large part, you think having you guys there and promoting it.
Yeah, for sure. We were big stars, And I remember too. He was like, he said. When I missed that flight, when I got up, he's like, so when do you got to get me home? He's thinking that like I'm a star in the biggest show on MTV, and like I got shit to do. Again, the party was January 25th, and so he says, when do I got to get you home? And I was like, oh well, I'm kind of into this chick, and I really want to be home by Valentine's Day.
How did he react to that?
He was like, oh my God, what the fuck is going on?
Before that.
What the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
he was like, I had been whoring myself out to this internet company for like $500 a bit for internet clips. And so he was like, well, what are you doing for money? And I was like, dude, you kidding me? I have like, I was like, I have like $1,200 in the bank.
You know, a grown-ass man with a club is like,
right.
Yeah.
Right. And he didn't have a club. He was just a promoter.
Okay.
But,
got it.
dude, it was so funny. And that guy, he pitched us and sold public personal appearances for spring break in Panama City.
So he kept
and he's
going.
like, I gave you $3,000 for I think if it was $3,000 for 2 weekends.
Oh,
like,
that's quite a lot more than the previous one.
Right. And so it got to the point where it was like 3. But the thing was, the first public appearance, the personal appearance thing was at the largest nightclub in the U.S., and it was sort of a meet and greet kind of thing. We're just supposed to be there.
Got it.
We're supposed to appear. But as I was there was a fucking stage, and I was like, that's a stage over there. I'm getting on it. And I got on the stage, and like thousands of people came over, and I'm like, doing like, go, give me this, give me that. And I'm like doing all my fire.
Is this the birth of the wanting to do stand-up?
Well, it was certainly the birth of a tour.
Because that would be a perfect full circle, beautiful story right there.
Well, yeah, what happened, like I got on that stage and I kept people at that stage, like over 1,000 people for over an hour. They gave me a microphone and I was like doing like my fire-breathing acrobatics, like nut kicks and like this and that. I kept doing all this crazy shit, like cutting myself with the light bulb and chewing and swallowing the glass, like all my shit. And the Cleveland guy was like, dude, we got a show. You know, we got a show. And so it turned into a whole world tour. And it wasn't stand-up as much. It was more like,
just nutty.
I promise, I will be drunk and on drugs or your money back.
That's my guarantee to
That was
you.
my guarantee for every show. That was my guarantee.
Is that in the contract? Steve-O must do at least
it was never in writing.
Yeah,
it was never in writing, but I held out my end of the bargain.
Yeah, good. You're a loyal performer.
Right, and it was great. It wasn't stand up per se, but it was certainly live performance, and you know.
How do you look back on those days? Do you look at those like old days, or you're like, man, that was fucked up?
It was great.
Yeah.
Everything about it was great, man. Like, this is fucked up for like a sober guy. I've been sober for a long time now, but I think to myself, man, if I could repeat like a 6-month window of my life to just live on a loop,
that's the one.
like the first 6 months of 2003.